So what is the difference between operant and respondent conditioning? So operant conditioning, actually no, let's start with classical or respondent conditioning. I like to think of the little Albert study that Watson did. So I wish I drew this out beforehand, but basically, like, the boy, okay, a loud sound. So, you know when Randy does that big, big loud noise in class that scares me? So that's an unconditioned stimulus that evokes a response, an involuntary response. So, I mean, that doesn't really anyway, this baby, that generated fear for him. And so he cried, an unconditioned response for a baby. So that's unconditioned stimulus and then unconditioned response, okay? So now this white little rat comes in. Ooh, that's a rat. And it never mind. That doesn't look like a rat. I'm doing that again. I don't know what that looks like, but it has 5 legs. So that's a neutral stimulus. He doesn't care about the rat. They tested it beforehand, didn't evoke any response. But when the little boy, let's say he's like holding this rat, or this baby, so he's holding the bat. Can you even see that? Okay, and then, boom, loud sound. So this loud sound is now paired with this rat, okay? This is the unconditioned stimulus, and this was an unconditioned, this was a neutral stimulus, this rat. That was neutral, but now it is a conditioned response. So how did that happen? An unconditioned stimulus, like the loud sound, was paired with the neutral response, the stimulus, and that evoked conditioned response. So now whenever this rat is presented, this white rat, he he has fear. I don't know, yeah. So now the fear generalized to other fluffy white objects. So now it's not that he's only afraid of white rats, but he's afraid of white bunnies, cotton, even Santa beard. So now he generalized that fear to all things white and fluffy. And actually, this is some really interesting implications for PTSD and how fear generalizes to other things and people. And even though it doesn't make sense rationally, behaviorally it really does. So how do you extinguish that? So you pair, so this isn't on the notes, but you pair the white, like the conditioned stimulus with, like, without the unconditioned response, so without the loud noise, okay? And then I think it's kind of like, maybe this is how public speaking works. Like, the more you do something, the, like, exposure effect, the less afraid of it you are, or at least less of a response. So that's why sometimes before like a big talk or something, I just stand up there because I know I'm gonna have that visceral involuntary reaction, but then my body will be like, oh, you didn't die, you're fine, and then I can actually proceed and say what I'm gonna say. Anyway, so that's that.